Welcome to Bethany United Methodist Church Safe Sanctuary Training. In this training, we will cover the reason for Safe Sanctuary Training, why we are called to protect children, and some guidelines for volunteers, as well as Bethany United Methodist Church procedures. Let's start the training with a prayer to allow God to lead us in this time. Prayer of Invocation. Gracious and most merciful God, you have brought us together in witness to your love of all children. Open our hearts and minds in this moment and prepare us to receive your message. Show us your will and fill us to overflowing with courage to face the reality of child abuse. Give us energy and dedication enough to make this, your church, a holy and hallowed place where all your children may be safe and secure as they grow in faith and in their knowledge of your presence in their lives. Amen. Why Safe Sanctuary? We feel called and mandated to ensure a safe sanctuary for all God's people. We seek to prevent the occurrence or even the appearance of abuse. We aim to protect workers from false accusations and/or suspicions. There are several types of abuse. They include physical, emotional, neglect, sexual, ritual. They cut across all economic, cultural, and racial lines. This is what the numbers look like. There is a report of child abuse made every 10 seconds. 3 million cases of child abuse reported each year, 8,219 per day, 342 per hour, nearly 6 per minute, 1 every 10 seconds. 80% of 21-year-olds who reported childhood abuse met the criteria for at least one psychological disorder. Children are our present and our future. They are full participants in the life of the church. We have a biblical mandate to protect. In Matthew 18, verses 5 and 6, he says, "Whoever welcomes one such child in my name welcomes me. If any of you put a stumbling block before one of these little ones who believe in me, it would be better for you if a great millstone were fastened around your neck and you were drowned in the depth of the sea." The purpose of Safe Sanctuary, as proposed by the South Carolina Conference of the United Methodist Churches, is to demonstrate our absolute and unwavering commitment to the physical safety and spiritual growth of all of our children, youth, and vulnerable adults. This renews our baptismal pledge to live according to the example of Christ and to surround children and youth with a community of love and forgiveness, that they may grow in their trust of God and be thus confirmed and strengthened in the way that leads to eternal life. We have to make sure that churches are places where people of all ages can come together for worship, study, and service and know that they are safe and secure. Sometimes the church is the only place where children can find the unconditional love and care they need. We would fail our children if we did not do everything in our power to provide a place where they can be safe. We can be a community of faith that can offer a safe haven and sanctuary, be a place that teaches and proclaims our Christian values of compassion, repentance, and grace, be a place where children can come and learn and develop the inner strength and spiritual resources they will need to feel truly connected to God. We cannot ignore the possibility that abuse could happen here. For the sake of our children and the protection of our workers against false accusations, we need to intentionally work to prevent abuse. Anytime children are in the building or at an event sponsored by Bethany United Methodist Church, it is our duty to adhere to Safe Sanctuary. Safe Sanctuary applies to any church-sponsored activity on or off campus involving children or youth in which their parents or legal guardians have given consent but are not present, including but not limited to Sunday school, vacation Bible school, mission activities, confirmation class, youth group, field trips, overnighters, Bethany Now, Bethany Ball, child care, parties, and meetings. All volunteers must be at least 21 years old and at least 5 years older than the oldest children participating. Complete the volunteer application, the covenant form, a background check, and also complete the Safe Sanctuary training, which you are doing now. All information you provide is confidential and kept under lock and key. 18 to 21-year-olds can serve, but must only with the supervision of someone over 21. The covenant form is a way to establish the behavior standards expected of everyone. Everyone is also background checked, and once again, all forms are kept confidential. Guidelines for leaders. The 2-adult rule protects children, the volunteer, and the church. There must be 2 adults at all times. Can 1 adult in the room and 1 within a line of sight to all children? Exceptions: escorting children in hallways, monitoring arrival or dismissal, emergency care. One-on-one activities behind closed doors are not allowed. At no time should an adult be alone with only 1 child or youth. If you find yourself alone with a child or youth, you should seek out another adult on campus to stay with you until the event is over or the child or youth is picked up. Unauthorized visitors are not allowed. Anyone who has not been properly registered and screened, but this does not include parents, church staff, or clergy. Unauthorized visitors are anyone who wants to come in and talk to the children. It does not mean parents can't be in the classroom, but parents should never be in the room alone with the child. Never, ever be behind closed doors one-on-one. Always leave the door open. Go to another classroom where another adult is. There's always something to prevent these things. Line of sight. Can you see me? If there is a time that 2 adults cannot be in the room, a roamer counts as the 2nd adult. Let a staff member know that you are alone, and we will make sure to periodically stop by. Make sure that your door is open or your window is always uncovered. We recognize that sometimes unforeseen circumstances make it impossible to have 2 adults present. When this occurs, it is imperative that an individual adheres to the following steps to ensure the safety of children or youth and to protect the volunteer. Another adult should make periodic observation of the event or visit the class or activity as long as only 1 adult is present. Stay visible to others by staying in an area where others can see you. Keep the window unobstructed or the door open. What do I do about a leader doesn't show up? Let the head of the ministry know as soon as possible. Keep the door open or meet in a central open location until another adult can assist you. A child has left the classroom without permission. Send 1 leader to find the child and return them to the classroom. Make every effort to remain in an open area with the child. Make sure to let the parents know what happened and report the incident to the head of ministry. A child who gets sick. Get the child to a restroom or other place where they can have privacy. Do not stay in the room with them one-on-one. Send someone or call the head of the ministry as soon as possible. Closing my door. Classroom doors may be closed as long as the window or door is not obstructed in any way. Anyone must be able to observe activities in the room at all times. Doors should never be locked, nor should a volunteer be alone with a child behind a closed door with no windows. If you need to let the head of ministry know about something, you may have to take the whole class with you or ask a parent to relay the message. For older children, send 2 children to let them know, or call their cell phone. If there is an emergency situation, just use common sense and let someone else help you if possible. You may need to take children into another classroom, but make sure to take them all with you. Bathrooms. Taking children to the bathrooms can be very tricky, and one of the trickiest jobs we have as volunteers. We have a system in place to help ensure that everyone stays safe. The main thing is that no adults in the bathroom at the same time as children. Try not to take only 1 child to bathroom at a time. At least 2 children should go with a leader, or better yet, take the whole class. Have children remain in the hallway while you clear the bathrooms. Check to see if there are any adults in the bathroom. If so, wait outside for them to leave. When there are no adults in the bathroom, send the children in to use the facilities. Leaders should stand at the door of the bathroom to monitor. If any adults come to use the bathroom, gently let them know that there are children in there, that they will be finished soon, and you need for them to stay in the hallway until the children have exited. If necessary, remind them of our church's safe sanctuary to to protect children and adults. For opposite-sex bathrooms, open the door and ask loudly if there is anyone in the bathroom. Follow the above procedures. You should never be in a bathroom one-on-one unless it is a bathroom with only one toilet and can have the door open to a room where another volunteer is. For example, the bathrooms between two preschool rooms. If a child needs assistance with wiping or clothing, leave the door ajar. If a child needs extraordinary assistance, such as required because of a handicap or accident, 2 adults should be present. There are instances when children can go to the bathroom by themselves. Students, 3rd grade and up, can go to the bathroom only if the teacher is by themselves with no one to escort the kids, or they go with a buddy. If someone comes and needs to use the bathroom, just explain that there are children in there, and because of our commitment to Safe Sanctuary, we do not allow adults and children to be in the restroom at the same time. Hugs and comfort. Just use common sense. Think about how things could be perceived by the child and by others. Be aware of how each child feels about hugs and comfort. Some like it, and some don't. Children need hugs. Touching to comfort or affirm a child in an age-appropriate manner is permitted. For example, it is generally appropriate for a 3-year-old to sit in a teacher's lap and give a kiss on the cheek, but it is not appropriate for a teenager and youth leader to behave this way. Side-by-side hugs are suggested instead of full body contact. Appropriate touching is acceptable only in public. Be aware of each child's or youth's comfort level with physical boundaries and act accordingly. Be aware of how it looks and how the person being contact may interpret the contact. Sign-in and dismissal policies. Each department and activity has individual policies. Please learn and follow your particular department's policy. Kids Care, CDC, Recreation Ministries, and Youth all have different policies. Children's Ministries. We will always have a sign-in, sign-out sheet for every class or event. All children must be signed in and out by an authorized person. Children age 4th grade and up may sign themselves in and out with both teacher and parent approval prior to class. You should take your sign-in sheet with you if you leave the room. Children cannot sign out other children unless they are middle school and up. A 3rd grader cannot sign out a 1st grader. The roster sign-in sheet should go every year with you. Emergencies. Fire alarm. This has happened in the past, mostly false alarms, but we have had an incident where it was real. Take your sign-in sheet with you. Just like school, line up, exit the building, and get to a safe place. If the fire alarm goes off, the building should be evacuated. Gather the youth, children, count how many are with you, take your roster or sign-in sheet with you, proceed to the nearest exit. If you are upstairs, find the closest exit and proceed down the stairs, across the parking lot, gym side, to the yard behind the old parsonage. If you are downstairs, find the closest exit across the parking lot, sanctuary side, to the playground. When you stop, check your roster to make sure that you have everyone. Do not release any children or youth until you have verified that everyone is accounted for. If it is not possible to re-enter the building, remain with the children or youth until a staff member can relieve you, or until all children or youth have been picked up by a parent or guardian. Do not let parents take children until you have verified that you have everyone. Medical emergencies. Basic first aid kits are located in classroom. If there is a major incident, call staff and 911. If you need ice, it is in the dish room behind the serving room, down by the kitchen. Volunteers should make note of any health conditions or allergies of children or youth in their care. These can be found on sign-in sheets. First aid kits can be found in various areas of the church, including classrooms, kitchen, children's ministries office, business office. An AED, automatic external defibrillator, and first aid kits are located in a cabinet above the water fountains near the bathrooms on the 2nd floor, between the gym area and kitchen, as well as the narthex in the main sanctuary. An alarm will sound when the AED cabinet is open, and the unit provides instructions for use. Do not hesitate to call 911 if necessary. Contact a staff person as soon as possible. Be prepared to document the incident if necessary, including what happened, who was involved, and what treatment was given. Discipline. Most discipline will be children not focusing or paying attention. Usually all you have to do is whisper something to them. It is a good idea to set rules and procedures early on in the class. This lets children know what is expected of them. Discipline is a sometimes necessary Christian tool that teaches children or youth both appropriate boundaries and that we, like God, desire the best for them. Emphasize that it is the behavior that is not good, not the child themselves. Make children and parents aware of your class rules. Affirmation and encouragement are always appropriate. Physical discipline is never permitted. Humiliation, name-calling, or shunning are never permitted. Move a child to a different seat or have them sit beside the volunteer. If the behavior is out of control, it is appropriate to have an adult call or find their parents. If there is a constant disruption, a discussion needs to take place with the parents and the children's ministry staff. If there's a real problem, please let us know so we can help come up with a solution. Setting boundaries. We have to have parents' permission to put any images or pictures online. It is okay to take pictures and give the photos to the children, or send them to parents, or even send them to us and we will send them to the parents. Photos or videos of children or youth, whether on camera or cell phones, should only be posted online if parents have signed a Bethany United Methodist Church release form. If a child does not feel comfortable having their picture taken, please respect their privacy. Be sensitive when posting any images of children. Social media. No matter where or how communication occurs, safe sanctuary rules apply. All communication and contact should be initiated by the child or youth, including requests to be friends, for cell phone numbers, email, etc. If the child is under the age of 13, permission from their parents or guardian must be obtained before engaging in any communication. It is okay to decline friend requests, texts, etc. Verbal communication. Be aware of where a conversation might go between you and a child. Steer conversations appropriately. Disagreements between volunteers or negative remarks about other volunteers or children should never occur in front of children. Try to resolve differences after the event is done. What do I do if I suspect or witness abuse? Immediately report it to the ministry director. You will be asked to work with the ministry director to complete an incident report. All reports will be taken seriously and acted upon appropriately. Situations should be handled confidentially for all parties involved. Come talk to us and we can take it from there. This concludes the Safe Sanctuary online training. At the end of this video, you may be prompted to take a short quiz based on what you have just watched. After completion of the quiz, you will receive confirmation that you have completed the Safe Sanctuary training. Your training will be valid for up to 3 years. Thank you for offering to volunteer at Bethany United Methodist Church. We truly appreciate your time, dedication, and service to our ministries and could not do what we do without you.